What are you doing?
Welcome to the show, everyone.
Welcome to the show.
It's
We know
been a
you
long
missed
time.
us.
We've been gone for about a week and a half now.
Yes.
So we are back. We've been obviously following everything that the Phillies have been doing lately.
Yes, we had.
So we will definitely talk about the last three series that we haven't talked about. We have the A's series that they finished in Oakland. Then we came back home and we faced the Braves,
Mm-hmm.
right? Um, we also faced
Let's.
the Mets as well.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're currently playing, let's see if you know, the Cubs at Wrigley. One of the stadiums what before I die and leave this earth, I want
You
to
like
go
to
to
go there?
what?
You
Yeah, I would
like to
love to.
go to?
I want to go to Wrigley Field. Wrigley Field is one of the last remaining stadiums that's like original. Obviously, like Boston and stuff like that too. But um, Wrigley Field and Boston, Fenway.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about the three series there, kind of how our starting pitching has been dominant. Our bullpen, been spotty. They kept us in the games. They let up a couple of the games right there, but I think we're like 20-5 over the last month. Can't complain about that. We really turned the page. We're still being competitive. Obviously, we have to talk about wild card picture. I don't think we'll ever catch the Braves unless they just tank, which I don't think that's going to happen. And even Miami in our division they're just killing it this year. So we're hoping for a wild card berth, continuing forward after the All Star break. Hopefully, we make a turn. And then we're going to talk about the Eagles, of course. Obviously, we're still going through summer. Long. About 75 days until an Eagles game. I think was the final countdown I saw the other day. Um, we're going to talk about how Jason Kelce has a Jersey Beach bash for autism, but has some pretty cool beer chugging stuff. And I think they just
Yeah.
made a Wawa Hoagie competition today. So that's pretty cool. And then we'll talk about also how country singers Taylor Swift and Luke Bryan are big Eagles fans. Then we're going to talk about Jonathan Gannon, ex Eagles coach, being target for an investigation of his tampering, um, Arizona Cardinals tampering with talking to him before the season was over. So now people who have betted on the Super Bowl are now going to maybe file a lawsuit against him and the Arizona Cardinals. So pretty crazy there. But let's talk about the Phillies.
Yeah. What? Where are we going? Which one?
Just tell me what do you think of the Phillies in the month of June? We'll start there.
I think in the beginning of the month, amazing. Then we did a little hiccup again, and now we're coming back. I mean, I think we should have dominated those Mets games. The
Yeah.
one game we won because the pitcher kept hitting.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that was ridiculous.
Let's talk about the Braves series first.
Okay.
Um, we all know that Strider, the Braves pitcher, he's an ace through and
Yeah.
through. Great pitcher. He is dominant. When he's on, he's on. I mean, the guy doesn't really have an off day. Um, but he was in a pitching duel with us, and
Mm.
they came out and they played, and they got that big home run from Riley, and we just couldn't come back after that. Um, there, I see them. And I was just watching the highlights from last night. Acuna Jr., Albies, they're starting to come through heavily. Riley's coming through for them. They are going to be a force to wreck with in the playoffs. I see that their starting pitching's good. Their offense is great. Their defense is good. So they're gonna be tough down the stretch. Um, do I think that we will catch them in first place in the division? No. Um, but um, that was that series. We beat the A's in Oakland. It was kind of funny because they were reverse boycotting during that series, right? They wore sell the team or that type of thing.
Yeah.
So that was tough to watch for that franchise. I mean, it's sad because they used to be a great franchise, and then obviously what's happening in Oakland, they're moving the team to Las Vegas. So yeah, everybody just pissed off and mad about that. Um, then we had the Atlanta series, and then we had the Mets series, like you talked about. They gave us some of those games, like those couple pop flies where Lindor didn't catch that ball. The one in center field by Nimmo. Just a couple of those errors, gave us some of those games. So we got lucky there. We had some timely hitting. Our pitching in the month of June, our starting rotation has been lights out. Ever since Rangers come back, he's given up he's got like a 2.0 ERA. I mean, can't ask for more out of that guy. And then our bats are starting to come alive slowly. Nick has always been there, been a leader. Trey has starting to come
He's
around.
finally coming back.
He's
Yeah,
coming
he
around. Like
did really good these past few games.
when Trey came to Philly, we expected him to be the Dodger version of Trey.
Right. And he hasn't showed that.
I mean, batting title, phenomenal
Mhm.
field, phenomenal fielder. He's a great shortstop.
Yeah.
We can all agree on that. He makes an error here or there, but phenomenal shortstop. Now, he was struggling with the bat for a while there. He had an uptick and then he went back down, but he's been killing it in the month of June. So I'm going to applaud that from Trey. So congrats Trey on that. Um, I still think Bryce may be a little bit um, not obviously he's not 100% because he's still on brace and everything like that. But I feel like maybe that All Star break will give him a little bit of rest, some time to think about himself and recover. I did see our GM say to him that I think it was in the news today or yesterday that he wants him to play first base. So
But will
what
he
the,
be good at first base? I don't.
he'll be good. He's a natural fielder. He's a good defensive
I
player.
just
He's
feel like
always
he's not doing good with hitting though.
well. We'll see what happens. What's going to happen though is we all know that Kyle Schwarber is not the best fielder. We just know
No,
that.
but let's give him a round of applause because he usually makes thousands of errors, and he's been actually that one game he was doing really good.
Yeah, but he's just
So he's
he's just
coming
not
around.
he's not historically statistically
He's a DH, yeah.
he's a DH. So with him being a dedicated DH with Harper playing the field now, I think hopefully knock on wood we'll see a little bit more. I mean, obviously he hits home runs, he drives in runs. That's his mo. But to get on base, to get that average up a little bit, it's under 200. I mean, he's batted
Yeah.
under 200.
Yeah.
Um, obviously he walks a lot too. But I would like for him to turn the corner in that. I want him to get hot. I want everybody to get hot. Marsh had
Marsh had a
two
really good
a
game. Yeah.
two home run hit, two home run multi home run game last night, so that was awesome. Just I want the guys that are going to be in the lineup to get more at bats, more exposure. We have Pache back now, so he can fill in as well when needed. Um, so it's going to be something when Harper comes back into the field. I want to see how they kind of weigh this out and how they
Yeah.
move forward. Um, Other than that, starting pitching's been great. Bullpen's had some hiccups here and there.
Mm.
Kimbrel, but for the most part, it's been there. So we just got to put up runs. That's it. We don't do well when we have to keep these really good teams at bay for more than 3 innings in relief. Um, it's just we need to put up runs. That's
Right.
our offense is built to put up runs, so we should put up runs. Anything else you want to say about the Phillies? Tyler
No,
Walker's been awesome. I mean, every starting pitcher has been amazing.
yeah, the pitching's getting better. It could
Um,
always be better though. I
well,
mean,
so Christopher Sanchez, our fifth slotted starter, he's
mhm.
pitched the last two fifth starter, and he may become our fifth starter. That hopefully that because we're that fifth starter position, that fifth go around, we're kind of using our bullpen,
Yeah,
in those situations. So hopefully, Chris Sanchez comes out and does well, and maybe in the fifth starter rotation.
yeah,
Um, Let me see. Obviously, the All Star game's coming up, so it just blows my mind that Nick isn't in the running for that. Harper still is for the DH position. He's losing to the guy from LA, but we'll see how that pans out. Um, so yeah, I mean that's pretty much where we're at. Um,
yeah.
let's
So,
keep it going. I think we have a good momentum going. I think we're finally coming into our own. Hopefully, we keep this going. We get a little bit of rest and recovery out
oh, but
of.
we did lose Guthrie.
We did
That
lose
was
Guthrie.
sad. That was sad. 'Cause,
So Guthrie did. Where did he end up going? San Francisco, I think.
mhm. Yeah,
Um, for cash. Obviously, our last names are Guthrie, so we're not no relation to him, but we'd like seeing a Guthrie out with a Phillies uniform. So we wish him the best. Hopefully,
yeah,
maybe he'll come back to the Phillies once he's done a little bit more. Maybe we'll see.
yeah. But good luck to him
Yeah.
because he's a good player.
Yep. Um, and it stinks for Yankees fans. Aaron Judge, going to be down for a while,
He's out
but
this season, isn't he?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I think maybe Nola's on the mound tonight against the Chicago Cubs, so we'll see how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
Currently, we're in the top of the fourth. We're winning 5-1. So, all right. So let's talk about some Eagles stuff.
I can't wait for football to be here.
So,
Jason Kelce.
Jason Kelce does this thing where he does Jason Kelce Beach Bash. He does it for autism. He has a bunch of events all over the Philadelphia area and Jersey and stuff like that. So he does like a beer chug. I guess today they did a Wawa hoagie making contest that I saw.
Yeah,
Um, so that's pretty cool. But other than that, that's pretty much what's going on with him. But we did see some cool stuff that has been floating around on social media. We did see that Taylor Swift is
rocking her Eagles gear.
rocking the. Oh, I forgot to switch the banner there. She's rocking Eagles gear, so she is a Eagles fan. If you're T Swifter, Swifty,
And
um,
Luke Bryan was playing somewhere. Where was he at?
well,
Lancaster? Or,
we still talking about Tay Tay.
that's all we have about her. She just was rocking the
You're
Eagles.
not a fan. You don't like Taylor Swift.
I don't. I'm not a fan of
I
her.
know, but I'm just if
I don't like her.
um, but she was rocking Eagles gear, so you have to respect that, right? At least she has good football taste, right?
Yeah,
Okay, and we'll leave it at that.
yeah. Let's move on.
All right.
Luke Bryan was in Lancaster. I think he was Lancaster, right? Pennsylvania
Yeah.
doing the show.
Yep. Doing a concert. Yep.
And he was telling the fans that we took all the Georgia Bulldogs, so he's got to be an Eagles fan now.
Yep.
'Cause
So now
all
he's
so he is rooting for the Eagles. And like he said, what is it again that they say? Fly, Eagles, fly.
hmm
And he was doing it. And then they started doing the Eagles chant at the concert,
yep.
and everyone
So
was going crazy.
we now have Luke Bryan in our corner.
Yep.
So famous people that like the Eagles, obviously Kevin Hart, everybody knows, is a
Hardcore.
huge
And so is
Bradley
Bradley Cooper.
Cooper. You have
Miles,
uh,
too. Miles is a Eagles fan.
Miles Teller.
Hmm.
Um, He's a Phillies fan too because we've seen him
Mhm,
at the game on the footage. We also have Mike Trout, which is a huge Eagles fan.
mhm.
I would love to see him in a Phillies uniform, but that ain't gonna happen. But kudos to Mike Trout, though. I mean, obviously they're doing a little bit better than everybody was projected them to do. So maybe we'll see them in the playoffs, but who knows? But yeah, more Eagles stuff. So those two country singers wearing our stuff.
Mhm.
So that was pretty cool. We also have something to talk about with some of the Jonathan Gannon situation where before this, the Super Bowl, the Arizona Cardinals were talking to him about being the coach. Da, 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 da. Long story short, they came out and they obviously gave us a draft pick for that, and they admitted that they were wrong in talking to him before the Super Bowl. And now there's some news out there saying that with this being an admitted violation of the tampering rules, which caused major distractions at Gannon, this could be enough to file a nationwide class action against Arizona for the violations and the NFL for lax enforcement on the rules, which led to the tampering. So, yeah, people are pissed. Imagine if you bet on that game and, this was just an underlying issue that, that you had to deal with as well. I
Yeah,
mean, it sucked too because they made no defensive adjustment in the second half. Was it totally his fault? Obviously not. But if you're not making adjustments and you're going against Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl, something's a little fishy about that. Let's be
right.
honest. Even the players came out and said like, look, we didn't make any like there was nothing he was saying. Da, 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 da.
Yeah,
So obviously I don't want to wish bad on anyone, but if they're going to go after him, they're going to sue him, and I mean, that seems like it maybe an uphill battle for the Arizona Cardinals and Jonathan Gannon against all these people that are pissed off. So yeah.
yeah,
Other than that, we wish all the Eagles good off season. Hopefully, they're getting their workouts in, getting stronger, bigger, faster. And we look forward to seeing them on the field in these preseason games and training camp once that goes into effect after summer.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, what jersey did you decide on?
I'm still up in the air.
You gotta make a decision soon.
I know I need to get it soon before we start.
So in other news, hey, are we done with the Eagles?
Yeah, that's it.
So in other news, we will be going to the Phillies game at against the Tampa Bay Rays next week.
Mhm.
We got some pretty good seats. We're gonna get there early. We're gonna try to talk, maybe videotape some stuff for the channel.
That'd be
Um,
cool.
Try to get our boys down, maybe get an autograph or two. We'll see. Um, I may have to go out and buy a new shirt or something um, when we get there, or maybe I have to order one now for next week. So yeah, I look forward to that. Being there with the kids, seeing the Phillies. They never seen well. We've seen them in spring
Spring
training,
training, yeah.
but this is going to be different because it's an actual game, and the Rays are really good this year. So we have to show up to play. So hopefully we have a good.
I pray we're not snoozing during
Yeah,
this.
I hope that we're competitive. I actually got to check who the starter is for us for that game.
Yeah,
Um, so we'll definitely have some clips and some footage that I'll show on the show the following week to bring you guys with us on our first Phillies game in Tropicana Field here
yeah.
in St. Petersburg, Florida. So, all right, I think that's it for this episode. We appreciate you guys watching, subscribing. Um,
Yes. Tell your
e-
friends.
Tell your people. Don't forget to
Like
like,
us.
subscribe. We appreciate it. Help us get to 100. Um, and we appreciate all the love and support you guys are giving us so far. So with that, we are out for this week's episode.
Yes.
Thank you for watching.
Bye.
Bye, guys.